Brilliance Audio presents the unabridged recording of Life and Other Near-Death Experiences by Camille Pagán, performed by Amy McFadden. For Laurel. 1. It was all supposed to be very eat, pray, die, but I promise I'm not spoiling anything when I say it didn't quite work out that way. Take my diagnosis, for example. Dr. Sanders couldn't even bring himself to say the word. "I'm afraid it's malignant," he said from behind his desk. "Malignant?" I asked blankly. It had been a long day, and I'd had trouble convincing my boss to let me out of work early, even though the nurse who called said it was absolutely necessary that I see Dr. Sanders today. "Cancerous," he said, his thin lips all but disappearing into his mouth. "You're not saying I have cancer, are you?" I asked, attempting to help him clarify, as surely this was not what he meant. After all, just before he cut the golf ball-sized lump out of my stomach, he said he was certain it was a fatty tumor. The surgery was just a precaution. I'm afraid so." He peered cautiously at the paper in his hand, as though he didn't deliver bad news for a living. "I don't understand," I said. "Elizabeth," he said, reaching forward to take my hand, which I quickly jerked back, as I'm not big into people invading my personal space. Not to mention he had more or less just told me via body language that I was a goner. "You have subcutaneous paniculitis-like T-cell lymphoma. This type of cancer is extremely rare, but when it does come up, we see it most often in individuals in their 30s, such as yourself. I'm afraid it tends to be aggressive. You'll have to—" This was around the point at which I stopped listening and started going through a rapid-fire version of the Kubler-Ross model of grief. Denial. "No one calls me Elizabeth. My name is Libby. Dr. Sanders is obviously talking about someone else." Anger. "He said he was sure the lump was nothing. I'm going to give him a reason to be grateful he's been paying through the nose for malpractice insurance." Bargaining. "If I run a marathon to raise money for cancer orphans, not only will I live, I'll become such a raging success that Oprah herself will promote my—"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?